To begin with, you're going to take the fit device and first level it. There's a level bubble on here, and you have adjustable feet to create a level surface so that you're seeing the individual mechanics versus a correction of the device. I would first assess their body weight. That would dictate the amount of cushioning you're going to place in the front and back of the shoe. There's a durometer gauge on the fit device. For individuals between 120 to 180 pounds, they're going to be utilizing an orange cushion in the front and rear portion of the shoe for trail and road. For individuals that are 80 to 120 pounds, they'll utilize a yellow cushion for the trail and a yellow or orange cushion for the road. For individuals that are 180 plus pounds, you're going to be looking at a blue cushion for the trail and a blue or yellow cushion for the road. The next physical characteristics you're going to assess is arch height. Now, while arch height seems fairly obvious that you're either going to have a low, mid, or high arch, there is a archometer that helps guide that process in individuals, and you slide it right underneath the apex of the arch. You're going to look at the outer apex of the foot and line it up with the color selections. In this individual, we'd be looking at either a green or a blue arch height as at least a starting place, and then we'll take a look at the dynamics of his motion and his personal preference and make further selections from that point. Then we move into the most important aspect of the fit system, which is the canting, adjustability, and assessment of knee motion. You'll have the individual place their heel in the back of the heel cup. You're going to take the foot and position it such that the white line splits the first and second toe. That provides a consistent alignment position of the foot from person to person. Then you take the laser device and you're going to set it up right at mid-kneecap as a starting point. Have the individual stand on one leg. Ensure that the laser line stays mid-kneecap. Then you want the individual to perform what's called a 1/3 knee bend test. So they're going to squat down part way and look to see where the kneecap tracks relative to that laser line. One more time. And in this individual, the knee tracks way to the inside of that laser line, quite considerably such that we're going to utilize the highest amount of correction of varus possible. Go ahead and unweight that foot. I simply lift the device up, slide it over. The amount of canting will be displayed by the color. Seat the heel back into the heel cup. Again, align the white line between the first and second toes. Come back and adjust the laser to make sure it's positioned right at the middle of the kneecap again. Now repeat your 1/3 knee bend test and assess the position of the alignment. In this individual, we'd be taking the highest degree of canting to most effectively accommodate for his mechanical pronation.
So essentially, the whole process takes just a few minutes, and you can quickly assemble the shoe, and then you've got someone set up, and again, this is a guideline. You've got somebody set up and ready to jump on the treadmill where you can do a more dynamic assessment of their biomechanics, or if you've got them running outside. But this is a quick and relatively simple process to go through.
So now we've worked ourselves through the lineup system, and if you remember, for this individual, he had a lot of excessive pronation driving that knee to the inside. We've selected the componentry that goes into the foot. We've utilized the varus canting, and placed on top of that our footbed that has the highest degree of arch control. And essentially what this has done is it's created something like the effect mechanically of an orthotic, where we have an intrinsic correction or capturing of the arch and an extrinsic posting of the foot placed in the shoe that now has a durometer that's appropriate for this individual in a last that fits his foot. Now you're ready to take the system out onto the front street or onto the treadmill and assess the dynamic action of how this shoe is helping this individual. All right, so we have Dan running on the treadmill demonstrating the difference between the two shoes. And in our analysis here, we've frozen it. We've taken a look at the alignment from a before and after perspective, running in brand X, his own running shoe, versus the Somnio shoe, customized to meet his demands. If we look at the difference in angulation, we're going to see approximately a 5.5 degree difference in the angle coming between the lower leg and the foot, which denotes the amount of pronation that you have. When you're looking at a degree of correction, you're sitting somewhere between 2 to 8 degrees of correction. Typically, if we get 5 to 6 degrees, that's an exceptional change in an individual. So sitting at 5.5 degrees for Dan is an excellent change in his mechanics. It's certainly going to decrease the mechanical potential of injury for him as he continues to run.